Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. Welcome back to Recall Knowledge presents Outlaws of Alkenstar, a show where Pathfinder enthusiasts play through your favorite adventure path. I'm your GM, Steve, and I'm joined by Ricardo, Richard, Ninna, and Tommy. Go ahead, everyone, and say, howdy, Outlaws.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy, Outlaws.
What the fuck, Richard?
Everyone joining us for the first time, welcome. Run while you can. Everyone has been with us before. You're used to it. Welcome back. We're happy you're with us again. We've been off for a couple of weeks as life has been crushing the cast very hard lately at Recall Knowledge. We're here at the finish line. I'm personally really happy to be playing again. How are you all doing?
Pretty
good. Says Ninna, who we just heard the schedule of.
Oh.
Soldier on.
I mean, yes, we're a little tired, but
It's that time of year when everyone has so much work projects going on, but we're here, we're playing. It's going to be a fun, epic, possibly finale of Cradle of Quartz. We're right here at the end.
Put the time dog down. No.
Yeah. Before we get going fully tonight, though, we do need to do a little bit of housekeeping up front. So once again, tonight's episode is sponsored by longtime friends of the show, Molten Hosting.
Ooh, they're so hot. What the heck?
So hot. They're not cold.
But because we do have a lot to cover tonight, and because, as is tradition, we are in a major final showdown with Mugland himself, we're going to bring back our favorite, I don't know if they're fan favorite, but it's definitely cast favorite, the roll-off event.
Let's go.
Where we are vying for a bonus hero point. And tonight's bonus hero point will be brought to you by our favorite cloud hosting server for Foundry VTT, Molten Hosting. Nope, I already did the drum roll.
Okay.
Don't need to do it again. Each player is going to have a chance to do a roll off one at a time. If that player rolls the highest of everyone on the crew, they start tonight with a bonus hero point. Sounds pretty easy, right? But if they manage to roll a natural 20, they will not only earn themselves the hero point for winning, they will give the entire cast a bonus hero point on top. And I'll stack this. If you guys get multiple natural 20s, we're starting with, up to the 3 maximum hero points. So anything could happen. We're going to give you guys enough hero points, hopefully, to make sure that Mugland regrets ever betraying Reficul in the first place. So let's switch over to the new battle map, the Molten Hosting provided battle map, which is just the Molten Hosting's logo. They don't really have much of a real logo, but this is the best I could find.
It's got fire. It's got cloud.
I vote to make Steve's face the new Molten Hosting logo.
You hear that, Mike? Do it.
Yep. Mike from Molten Hosting, we need my face as the new logo. All right, I'm going to go reversed order from right to left, which means we're starting with Tommy. Tommy, if you will please go ahead and roll that D20.
All right.
Highest roll takes the point.
It's been so long since I've done this. Do I remember? Hey.
Oh, 19.
Oh
That's
gosh,
a solid
number to
start.
beat.
It was a 1 for the moment before it flipped to a 19, so that's not bad. So, Tommy, you're winning that hero point unless somebody's able to roll the natural 20. That's the only thing that could beat you at this point.
Either way,
So,
I win.
Richard, bring it on. Give us that natural 20.
Take it and go.
Oh my god.
What are you referencing?
You got a 2, and you deserve it. Congratulations. Not winning the hero
I had
point
half
tonight.
the natural 20. I was just missing the 0.
Ricardo, bring it home. We need a 20 here.
11.
Look at that, the glow dice and everything. 11. Average. All right. Ninna, you're the last hope for the cast, the last chance for the bonus natural 20s across the board.
Let's go.
Do you have it in you? Let's see.
Do you
Let's
have what
hope
it
so.
takes to have good RNG? Does Chrysler have what it takes
Pokemon.
at this time? What?
No, that's
4.
a 4.
4 is not enough, so unfortunately we did not manage to earn a bonus hero point for the entire cast. But Tommy, Saruk will start with an extra hero point, bringing your total to 2 to start the show.
I can't wait to immediately burn it on initiative.
if you're watching live right now, earning them channel points, go down and make sure that the redemption's turned on. They look like they are. You can turn those hero points in, give them to the cast. Congrats. Well, why are we yelling? Because we got a lot of energy, chat. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Jeez.
It's been
Chat
weeks and weeks of it pent up. I don't know who this RK Richard RPG is asking why we're yelling. Could be anyone.
Why are we yelling?
Take it and go.
Big thanks again, Molten Hosting, sponsoring the show tonight and most of the season or all the season. Make sure to head on over to moltenhosting.com to check out what they have to offer. Their servers let you host your Foundry VTT instance in the cloud at locations all over the world. They're even right now working on getting the Foundry version 11 launch that comes out next week, Wednesday, May 24th. They're getting all that ready right now. So if you have the higher tier, you can sort of spin up a Foundry version 11 server and test your world ahead of time to make sure everything's going to be a smooth transition. They're ready to go with the new Foundry support. So yeah, if you're new to the service, there's one very important thing you need to remember. And if you've watched our show, we say it every week. However, use that referral code Recall Knowledge.
It's one word.
No word.
It's a single word. There's no spaces. It's just Recall Knowledge. If you do that at checkout, you're going to get an entire first month for free as viewers of the show. You'll get the month for free, which is up from the usual 7 days you get for free. So go ahead and check it out. It's a service we use on the show, and it's a service that we honestly believe you should be using as well.
Steve, not for nothing, don't look at the Twitch chat. It's just really bad. It's horrible.
Oh, Axiom redeemed give the GM a hero point. Yeah, you know what? If you're out there and you're rooting, if you're rooting for Mugland, give Mugland all the hero points you want.
You know what? No, it's fine. For every GM hero point, Mugland has to talk for an extra 10 minutes.
Oh, I better get those hero points going now.
Oh my god. Nobody wants to see that. Thank you, Axiom Pi, for the hero point. Anyhow, Rick, you know what time it is. It's time for 2004 Dance Dance Revolution Steve to have a dance party.
Go, Pimp Willie.
$1 million Konami machines or whatever.
Left, right, up, down, up, down.
I'm stomping as hard as I
right
can.
Together.
Just the shoulders. We just do the shoulders.
Just the shoulders. So mellow. All right, guys, that's going to do it for announcements. Viewers, feel free to sit back and relax. But players, get excited, get pumped up, get ready, because we're jumping in to episode 17 of Outlaws of Alkenstar, Cradle of Quartz, written by Scott DeYoung, and it might just be the last episode of the book. Beyond the well-dressed people mingling in the suite, the stars of the night sky are sprinkled here above the fog cloud of the city of Smog. Here in the Fingers, it's one of the few places you can even see them. The camera shows a younger Reficul standing on the balcony, a piece of chalky in his hand, staring up at them idly. You see Ambrost Mugland navigating his way through and exchanging pleasantries with his guests. A fair number of them are sporting tattoos of a broken heart, but all are enjoying their refreshments. Mugland seems distracted, constantly looking out on the balcony towards Reficul as he makes idle chit-chat. Oh god, I forgot about this. Excuse me, Mugland? No, that was not French. Wait. Someone do a French accent.
No, you got it. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. You got this. Absolutely.
Je ne sais pas français. Parlez-vous anglais?
Oh,
Damn it.
excuse me, Mugland. Enters a familiar voice, or unfamiliar voice, of Angelique Lovelace. He wanders over towards the guest of honor, kissing the back of her hand as he arrives. I forgot I wrote dialogue. What was I thinking?
You were thinking good because you're very fucking good at these. Keep writing dialogue. Just maybe not in French or Irish.
Yeah. Someone do an Irish accent. Not Indian.
Right. So
You take
what
it
were
and
they
go.
saying then?
I don't think I can. Okay. Lovelace. I'm not even going to try. Lovelace. Certainly not a lot of love lost in here tonight for you, by the looks of it. Ignoring the compliment, she then brushes her gunmetal blue hair back behind her ears, revealing the telling elvish point at the top. Her eyes are scanning the room, looking for something. Shortly, she finds it. Among the rich and the powerful. The isolated boy staring up at the stars. So it seems we are ready to finalize this deal after all? To prove your loyalty. Mugland gulps. Of course, but are you sure there's not another way? After all, I've sort of raised him as me boy. Surely he can be of use to our interests. Lovelace shifts her eyes from Reficul down towards Mugland. Her eyes, one silver, one amber, stares daggers at him. Surely you're not getting cold feet? You know the price of our arrangement. To prove you are serious. Mugland shifts his weight uncomfortably. All we see is an oblivious Reficul enjoying the cool breeze. No, of course not. I understand. I am with you. Good. Let us not forget, you are not the only one making sacrifices tonight. Speaking of, let me introduce you to one of my associates. Lyrian, do me a favor and come over here. I've got somebody for you to meet. The scene fades to black, leaving only sounds, a commotion of raised voices, a loud gunshot, the drawing of weapons, the sneer of Lovelace, another round of gunshots. When the camera fades in, we see the slow motion descent of Reficul off the balcony, Lovelace with her gun outstretched. Lyrian dead on the ground. Slowly, Reficul falls down towards the smog as it slowly envelops him until he has faded from view. Mugland pauses for just a moment. Like so many other times in his life, he swallows his feelings. This is the last time, he tells himself. The last sacrifice he has to make. From now on, it's nothing but smooth sailing. He raises his glass, all eyes in the room on him. You're making money! A loud hoot and hollering goes up amongst the crowd, glasses clinking all around the suite. All, except for Angelique Lovelace, standing motionless within the center of the swirling party. She tries to hide her emotions, her face stoic as she watches her plans unfold. A small twinge in her eye is all that slips through, a momentary sneer as one edge of her lip curls upwards. I'll come to understand. She knows they will. Even if she needs to pull this godforsaken place kicking and screaming into a brighter future. To Alkenstar, she adds, raising her glass at last, and to a prosperous future. The last shot we see is Mugland staring at her, smiling big. He raises his glass to the toast. His smile is genuine. You see his face smiling, bright, happy, cheerful, looking forward to a brighter future. And with a slow dissolve, the face swipes to current day Mugland. His hair is still bleached white, but disheveled. Cuts and bruises dot his face, his entire outfit torn and dirtied. In the background, we hear the duel between Reficul and Sharkosa rage on. The entire room is focused on that unfolding event. The camera pans down, and we can see his hands are not bound tightly. In fact, the ropes are so loose, his hands can slip out completely. If there was one thing this Ambrost Mugland has learned, climbing up from street urchin to kingpin, it's this. Always have a contingency plan. He nods to the man in charge of securing him. The last bit of his gold spent paying this man off days ago before he even came here and offered himself up as collateral. In that moment, a cheer goes up from the Outlaws. Reficul, against all odds, has done it. He had beaten Sharkosa one-on-one. Of course he had. Equal parts of respect and dread go up through Mugland. And that survival instinct that has brought him out of the slums and into the heights of the fingers kicked in. It was now or never. His hand comes out from behind his back, the ropes falling slowly towards the floor. A gun is tossed to him from the gilded gunner known as Drela, landing ever so smoothly in his hands. Arms raised up, his gun hovers, pointing over Reficul and Sharkosa. We see Reficul helping Sharkosa to her feet, hands both up in triumph. Players, I need you to do me a favor and roll some initiative.
Let's
Using
go!
perception.
Steve, you are so fucking good at that. Holy goddamn.
I mean, it's been a while since I was able to do one of these, so you gotta give Mugland a good send-off, right?
It's true. You really do. Okay, so I don't know exactly how the raw works on this, but Mugland is currently under investigation. Can I add Pursue a Lead to my initiative roll here or no?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Tight.
So Mugland and Drayla will be rolling their initiatives with deception since they are trying to get one over on you guys. Mugland is setting the tone with a 30. And Drayla is setting the scene with a 33. Wow.
Oh, God.
So this is a tall order here. Ooh, Ruffy gets the drop on Ambrost Mugland.
Everyone is just ready to go.
31. Let's go. Whew.
Not too bad.
Or actually, do we? I feel like the answer is probably no. But God, it's been so long. Do we have a scouting bonus?
I think in this case, it's fair to say that with the distractions going on, there was no active scouting bonus. If there was, would it have made a difference in this rolls? Doesn't appear so. This tie would still go to... Yeah, so even if you did, it would be a +2 scouting bonus? Ooh, it would.
So Saru, Calbrit, and Fuckhead will all go on third. Did I take Pilgrim's Token and forget about it? No? Damn it.
30 would still make... I think it wouldn't... The only thing that would be different... Yeah, I guess it wouldn't actually make a difference even with the +2 bonus. It'd still be the same order. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to make the terrible call of taking away your scouting bonus. But I think narratively, you guys are caught off guard. It probably makes sense not to have it.
Yeah, for sure.
Reficul. Oh, I need to roll for actually Sharkosa as well. Oh boy, Sharkosa. Oh wait, she'd be rolling with perception, which actually makes her have one more. So she actually beats Drayla with her perception.
She's the fastest gun in Alkenstar.
That's true. I guess we're beginning. Sharkosa with the 34. You know, Reficul and her have their hands in triumph. There's a few. Her buddies are on the side. She's bloodied, bruised, beaten. Her hands go up in triumph, and like through the like blurry eyes, her sort of like danger sense kicks in. And on the other side of the room, she sees Mugland pulling this stuff, and she's on it. And so Sharkosa, unfortunately, I believe at the end of the last fight, she didn't have her weapon loaded. She can't move and make strikes or anything. She has to draw her pistol or make a melee strike, but she doesn't have... She's not going to be able to use her quickest draw action, but she does get to go first. So I think on her first... Yeah. Did she... Oh, yeah, she did drop it, right? That's right. Narratively, she dropped it at the end of the thing. So I think her first action as she sees this, like she sees them doing this whole thing and sees it coming before it happens, she bends down, uses one action. Like you see her, like Refi, she kind of like pushes, like breaks her hand free, reaches down, and you watch as she kind of picks up the weapon and in this like really awesome smooth motion, like draws like a bullet, and second action interacts and takes aim right at Mugland, I believe.
Oh.
And is like, down! And she'll take her dueling pistol strike against Mugland. 27 is a hit, just barely, with the partial bonus provided by Wyber, but it is a hit. So she'll go ahead and do her dueling pistol damage. Actually, let me see. Okay, so here's what happens. This is a hit. And as she comes at Mugland to hit him, he's going to use a reaction he has. The slippery little bugger he is, he uses his slippery dodge reaction. If he would be hit by a strike, but a +2 circumstance bonus would make a hit, he makes the attack mix. So like the shot goes right where he would have been, and he like ducks his head just enough that it like explodes the wall behind his head. So the hit misses. The gunshot like echoes. Everyone is now like struggling to see what's going on. That's Sharkosa's turn. Drayla would just toss Mugland the weapon, goes to his belt where he's got this like really ornate short sword, and uses quick draw. Interacts with the short sword. Anita, you're sitting there back to this guy as you're watching the battle unfold. He takes this short sword and immediately tries to run Anita through the back. Because of his surprise attack feature, Anita is considered flat-footed because she has not yet acted in this combat. So you are flat-footed for this strike. He targets you with the short sword.
Don't like that.
18
sound.
on the dice for a total of 36, which is going to be...
Of course. I'm not surprised.
Welcome
Oh
back.
my god.
With adding sneak attack to this, catching you off guard, Anita takes 52 points of damage.
Okay.
Still up, but you all watch as like the blade like sort of comes through Anita, right? Like all you see is like the blade through the front of her. That was one action. Yeah, I think second action, not much to do here. Map attack against Anita.
Are you kidding me?
Mm.
Well, that's a natural 20.
Yep. Of
Let's
course.
roll more critical damage. Oh, all ones.
Oh wow.
Whoa, let's go. We're lucky today. I'm
26.
still up.
Are you still
Yeah.
standing? Wow.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Crit all ones. So I think this blade, like he crits you, right? But somewhere, some deity in the great beyond, the clock mother, Bri herself, guides the blades in the least like manner, like right through all your vital organs. Or maybe you got like some vital organ. What if there's a vital organ replaced by some clockwork machinery that just like, who knows? You managed to basically stay up. I guess for his third action, I think as he's doing this, he locks eyes with Hal. Come and get it as he like is taunting you, Hal. He's gonna target you with a demoralize and make a intimidation check against your 19. I don't think that's gonna beat you. So maybe you don't even hear it. Maybe you drown out. But Refi, you're next to react. You just watched Anita take 2 crits.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. Bring it on.
Right. So draw pistol. Oh, I can't get to them. Reaction, stride towards an enemy that I can see. Point my gun at Mugland's head.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
But my hand trembles a bit. And scenes from my childhood flash before me, good and bad. And then I see Annie taking these hits, and my eyes harden, and my pistol moves over towards the guard, and I'm gonna shoot him. Say, Annie, get out of there!
$25 is going to be a miss.
He needs a hero point.
All right, let's hero point it. Oh, in chat, Reficul gets a hero point. 27 is just enough to hit with the cover provided. But he uses his nimble dodge to sort of like just get out of the last second, and it just deflects just barely off his like cloak into the wall.
All right. First, so that was my first action.
Actually, wait. Let me just see something. His is different. His is not like Mugland can be done on a hit, but his has to be like declared when the attack happens, and I didn't declare it before you did it. Yeah, it's a different trigger, so the attack hits.
All right, so he takes 14 points of damage.
Nice.
Boom, 14 points of damage. Catches him square in the shoulder.
Do I see Mugland with his pistol drawn? Or like drawing his pistol, right?
He's definitely has his pistol up in like an attack sort of direction aimed. Although you move so quick, it's hard to tell if he's aiming at you or not, right?
I might have had some hesitancy shooting him, but I'll definitely punch him in the fucking face. So I'll do a reloading strike and strike Mugland.
So we got Reficul got a hero point from chat, and then Hal got a hero point, and Saruk all got a hero point from chat. So make sure you guys add those.
That means I have 3 hero points going into this. What could possibly go wrong?
23 is gonna miss.
That's how shit happens.
And then I'm going to.
I think he's even taunting you a bit, right? Like he's kind of like, just kind of like, I'm the one that taught you to fight, son. Not gonna work on me.
And then I'm going to use a third action to aid the next attack against our foes. That's all 3 actions.
Mugland gets to react next. I think with his pistol cocked and aimed, and there's he draws it like across the front of you, Reficul, and there seems like there's a moment where it just hesitates over you, but you see quickly he pushes it past you as he's dodging your strikes and has Sharkosa right in his sights, and he is going to strike Sharkosa with his dueling pistol.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness gracious. We are
36.
It's that fight. It's that type of fight where the GM crits all the time.
Put the D10s away, Steven.
Fatal trait, man. 36 points is enough. Like Sharkosa gets blasted, spins backwards, her firearm falls to the ground as she is now like she's at dying 2 right now. And then with his second action, he reaches back, opens the door behind him, and for a third action strides down the hall.
I'd like to delay.
Damn it, Rick, were you delaying till after Anita too? Was that your thought process? I too would like to delay.
Okay. Double delay.
All right, first action, I'm gonna step back from this man because we don't know if he has any attacks or opportunities.
Okay. Step. You nimbly step away from him.
Okay, and then I'll use my movement to get out of the way. And then for my third action, I'm gonna go into overdrive. Actually no. Let's see. Crafting. Huzzah! That's a 29. And then overdrive so success for my level.
You guys are level 7 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Or level 6?
I'm a level 7 at the moment.
Level 7. So the DC is 31? That seem right? No.
Attempt a crafting that has a standard DC for your level.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at the spell level DC. Sorry. 23. Yeah, that's a success. Easily.
Okay, perfect. So that's it for my turn.
I would like to come out of delay, please.
Okay. Yeah, you can add the overdrive effect to you and Wybert as well. All right. So Rook's going to go next.
Sorry. Wybert does have an action as an advanced construct. So he's going to attack this man with Wybert Smash. So that's going to be just 1.
And Wybert. Smash.
Oh.
Hate
He
that.
missed with a 25.
25 is a miss, unfortunately.
That's it for our turn.
All right. Next will be Saruk.
Okie dokie. So since Mugland is currently under investigation, this is a free action. We are going to devise a stratagem against him. If it is anything less than, you know what? I'm going to keep that. Action the first, Saruk reaches back and hits the button that makes the backpack ballista come out, and then would a 34 hit him?
A 34 is indeed a hit, but not a crit. I just want to make sure we have all your modifiers correctly on that roll.
Yeah, should be.
Plus
Well,
16,
here, hang on.
plus 15.
It should be a 35, actually. JK. It's not seeing the rune.
It's still a hit, but not a crit, but that's fine. So you can go ahead and do a hit.
So I don't know what is in the interposing space between where Saruk is and where Mugland is, but I want to fire to hit all of that so a bunch of shit falls on him instead of, the business end of a ballista. Something non-lethal.
Got it. So yeah, so it's definitely non-lethal. I think the hallway that he's running down is like covered in like all kinds of like golden like trophies and stuff that they've had. So it sort of just like careens around the room and just pelts him with all kinds of like debris that sort of bludgeons him for 30 points of damage.
And then before Richard has to yell at me to remember my feats, I'm trying to find work. I gotta do the thing. Shit. Shared stratagem triggers. I designate Hal. Even as I'm doing that, I think third action, I'm going to just stride up, like, to spare the population of Twitch. I won't roar at my microphone, but just beating, like, gauntlet on breastplate, roaring and charging. I stride to here.
I love it. Was that all 3 actions?
Yeah, it is all 3. That was on the presumption that I wasn't just sitting watching the duel with my backpack ballista. It would have been interact to draw it, fire, and then stride.
Perfect.
I'm going to look at Refi and see if he's going to chase down Mugland, or should I chase him down?
I think I'm focused on the guy who almost killed Annie right now.
All right. I will draw his weapon. And I will do a scout's charge.
What scout charge have in store?
So I can stride towards the enemy, make a feint using stealth.
The good news is even if this botches, he's currently flat-footed to Hal from shared stratagem.
Right, so misleading for so it's a failure on the feint, so that doesn't trigger. But you do have the shared stratagem, which gives him flat-footed. He's sort of like flat-footed because he's covered in debris, so he is going to be flat-footed to your strike.
Alfred Beastwood.
Fuck yes.
All right, is that a natural 1?
And a 3.
Mm.
The F.
A natural 1 to a natural 3, but that becomes a miss. So you come in. And this Mugland is slippery enough to like basically evade your strikes. He gets free at the last second and dances away from your blade.
That is 3 actions.
Sharkosa technically changes her initiative to or Mugland. That brings us to Drayla. No, I think what Drayla does is first action steps here to put himself right in the doorway, and then seeing Hal sandwiched between Mugland and Hal, he's going to take that short sword, target Hal, and attempt to run you through with the short sword.
My gosh, this man.
Yep, it's
18 on the dice, 36. That's going to be a critical hit.
as a
Do you have
reaction.
any reactions you can use?
Nice.
I will absolutely liberating step that. I don't know if there's anywhere Hal can go, but Hal can resist 9 of it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a where to go, but you can at least resist some of that damage. So let's roll this damage.
Okay.
A 1 and 2, that's pretty low. So 36 points of damage total. Take 9 back because you resist 9 thanks to liberating step. So for 1 action stride, 2nd action to attack, and then I think his 3rd action is going to like just give a little squinting eye at Reficul as he says, "Not at all what your father says you would be." And he's going to try to demoralize you, Reficul. Not very great. 24 against your will.
Yeah. That's enough.
You become frightened 1.
I guess I will shoot this guy in the face. Trying to break the fear that I feel.
Yeah, I might as well. He'll use his reaction to nimble dodge and get +2 circumstance bonus against this strike.
All right.
Go ahead and make the strike. 23 is a miss. manages to sort of get the blade up and just knock the barrel of your gun to the side just enough to help avoid it.
Reloading strike.
Let's go.
Good.
The parry that he gets your blade to the side leaves himself open for a critical hit on the melee strike.
Let's go.
Let's see what you got.
Would have been nice for the dueling pistol, but that's all right.
You got the real guns. Don't worry.
Max
Okay,
damage.
okay.
Is that max damage? No, I guess not, but still a lot.
No.
24 points of damage. He must make a fortitude saving throw. Oops, sorry, clicked the wrong thing. Fortitude saving throw. He succeeds, so he's not slowed.
Steve, you are allowed to roll under 17.
No, I'm not. Not the finale.
Third action. Same thing. I'll aid, and I'll remember this time to aid the next attack. That's all 3 actions.
First roll, I'm going to make a death saving throw for Sharkosa. She is dying 2. If for some reason she rolls a natural 1 here, she will instantly. You said I could roll below 17. Is that true, Richard?
This is the time that you roll.
No, dude, you have a hero point. Just use it for Sharkosa.
Nice.
So
do that.
it's a success. I think on this turn she succeeds, so she's got 1. She's a dying 1 now. I think that her at this point, like all of her like cronies that are in the room are focused on like trying to like come to her aid. So I will allow them to basically give like a stabilize. There's definitely like they got like their like patch up kits for all the fights that happen in here. They're coming over. I'm gonna give them a medicine check. Now these aren't the greatest. Let me just check real quick. Aren't the gilded gunners and stuff are not the best at medicine, but they're gonna get. It's the DC is equal to 5 plus the creature's recovery roll since they're at so 15 plus his dying value, so they gotta hit a 16 or higher here to stabilize. Sharkosa. Thank you, Richard, for letting me know that I could roll below 17 because they are unable at this point to stabilize Sharkosa, who's still at dying 1. Mugland gets his turn. First action is an interact action to open the door, which technically speaking is manipulate action, Hal.
I'll take the attack of opportunity.
This opens an attack of opportunity against Mugland.
Does perhaps Refi want to aid here? We're using our brain cells together to remember our class features and shit.
I would like to make a feint.
So through Hal and Drayla and Reficul, as you're like cracking Drayla with this like critical strike, it's just enough for like the battlefield like opens and Mugland panics for a second as you're like fainting strike on him. Make that DC 20 deception, I guess. Faint, right? That'll do it.
Nice.
Actually, your fighting condition goes away at the end of your turn as well, so it's technically 21. But yeah, so you get a +1 circumstance bonus to this strike, Hal. Power of friendship. 28 is a hit. You can roll damage on that. 16. All right, 16 points of damage to Mugland, who, as you like strike, it's not enough to interrupt him, but you catch him. His second action is going to be to basically run, and even though he's got some speed for a halfling, I'll give him that. He's got 25 feet of movement, even as a halfling. So he like skitter as he's running away. And his third and final action is to like you actually watch as he goes into this like little like belt pouch that he's been tossed as well. You watch as he pulls out a bullet, Hal, and you're the only one close enough to see this. The bullet is like glowing a bright neon green color as he chambers it into his gun. And he's now reloaded. But that's his 3 actions: interact, stride, reload.
First action, I'm gonna do battle medicine to Refi with assurance. So that's 21 points of healing. And then I am going to move towards Sharkosa. Administer first aid also with assurance.
So administer first aid is 2 actions.
Oh, is it 2 actions? Can I battle medicine her too?
Theoretically, you could battle medicine, right?
I think so.
I'll see why not. Yeah.
All right. Also with assurance, so rise, my friend, and help us defeat this man for 25 points of healing.
Sharkosa comes back, 25 points of healing. You sort of push your way through the Gilded Gunners that are making a mess of things. Battle medicine, double patch up in like one quick thing, stabilize. She like breathes like as she sits up, open wound still, but she's not dying anymore.
Perfect. Fight isn't over. And then for Wybert's action, he is going to attack this rogue guy. Is he automatically flat-footed already?
So he will be flat-footed, yes, except for he has an ability called Deny Advantage, and he basically denies the flat-footed conditions from creatures that are 7th level or lower, which you guys are.
How dare he?
From flanking, at least.
How dare he? All right.
So he's hardened warrior enough to not.
Come on, Wybert. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Chat believes in Wybert. Send that like Dragon Ball Z chat energy.
This is the time to give. Yay!
Nice.
26. Yeah, 26 is enough exactly thanks to the flat-footed condition. Yeah.
Oh, but he's not flat-footed.
He's not. Yeah, it shows it there, but that's his AC. You hit his AC with 26, so I think that's a bug because he's not actually flat-footed.
It's not a bug. It's a feature that let us hit.
Cool beans. All right, that's it for our turn.
All right. Don't anybody panic. I'm just leaving the Nina, what did I just say? Don't panic. The other lead that I have is Sharkosa, and I'm going to devise a stratagem against her. It's a free action. Oh god. She's flat-footed right now.
Sharkosa is like prone, lying there, dying, just barely brought back to life by Anita. Yeah.
So from the time we got back from the Mana Wastes to now, and in shopping and things, Saruk has bought like underneath his shield. There's I don't know how the firing mechanism works in this steampunk bullshit, but there's a shield pistol now, and what's loaded in it is a life shot. Would a 29 hit her?
Oh, I'm like, what is going on? You're gonna finish off Sharkosa? No, you've loaded a life bullet into your shield gun.
Yes.
He's gonna die too.
That's from like the new book, right? What is that book called? Treasure Vault. All right.
So 29 versus Sharkosa's flat-footed.
The critical hit.
Okay, so I get to roll this twice and take the better. She is either healed for 10 or, I hate that. Better. Do better. Okay,
11.
Sure. She is healed for 11. I assume every Gildan Gutter in the place freaks the fuck out.
I assume everyone freaks the fuck out. you just spun the shield around and shot Sharkosa. I think Anita's like doing surgery and like explodes with a shot.
It's basic alchemy. Don't panic, people. And then I'm gonna turn. And
such a weird item, but okay. Thank you, Pathfinder.
My choices carefully. I hate everything. Okay, first action. I'm going to. Or that was one action. JK. Okay, so then I suppose I have to. This man's here absolutely blocks the door, and there's no way to like squeeze past him short of an acrobatics check that Johnny Fullplate isn't gonna stick.
Pretty much, or physically forcing him back with a shove action or something.
Okay. I'm tempted to say that, hey, Refi Sharkosa is flat-footed to you now, but don't worry about it. So I think what's gonna happen is, oh lord, can I stand in the square where the that training dummy is to Refi's?
Yeah, you can stand in that square and even take cover behind it or something if you wanted to. Yeah, it doesn't take up the whole square.
I move through his threat range. If something bad happens, then third action, I'm gonna battle medicine Refi. I'm gonna remember if I had medicine assurance. I don't think I do.
Heal Anita.
I have to stay in reaction range. Process of elimination. I do not. Okay, so we're shooting for the 15. Which I remember how to do this. It hasn't been several weeks. Where the M section. There we go. So Refi is healed for come on for 8. And that is my turn.
8 on Refi, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Al is going to step away from this guy.
Take that full dash away. He doesn't seem to be taking opportunity attacks on you guys.
I will make a snagging strike against Mugland. I will use a hero point.
Use that hero point. Thanks, chat, for the hero point.
Nice.
So 21 turns into 28. That is a hit. 23
Nice damage.
Of damage. And he's currently flat-footed as long as he's adjacent to you, correct?
Correct. And then I think I'm going to make a second attack. Map +5. Watch out.
Ooh, nice. That's definitely a hit.
Or 15 more.
15 more points of damage. Chipping away.
That's my turn.
All right, top of the round goes Drela. First action. Short sword strike against Reficul. 29.
That's a hit.
29. I will liberate step as a reaction. Refi can back up if you'd like to and absorbs 9 of the damage.
9 of the 12 damage.
Nice.
Just like, I almost called him Majagua. God, it's been so long. Kijak manifests, grabs Refi by like back of shirt, pulls back.
So 3 total, yeah. 3 damage. Pulls back Refi, and then Drela moves back to this door and then immediately closes it.
God damn it.
Refi.
Oh, why is he getting our moves?
It seems like an escape-based shootout. They're trying to get free. Trying to get out of this place.
Stride. Second action, open door. Third action, shoot in face.
Shooting face, bring it on. He'll nimble dodge. Oh, he gets the +2 circumstance bonus.
34. Dodge this,
Nice.
motherfucker.
13.
Mm-hmm. That's all 3 actions.
I think at this point, with Sharkosa being alive, I think she'll get to her feet with one action, draw her pistol with another action, and she basically starts moving towards this door on the side of the room, like basically yelling that like Mugland's breaking free and trying to like rouse the rest of the crew. But she looks like she's trying to get through this door to the north. But that was all her actions for this turn. Mugland. So Mugland is snagged by Hal. I think as you're like snagging him, he sort of like puts the dueling pistol like right up against the bottom of your chin and tries to pull the trigger on you. So he will strike. 6 on the dice for a total of 25. Which is just a hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a crit. Okay, so he's gonna roll. He's gonna get the normal damage on his strike, which is 16 points of damage. And as he does so, this green glowing bullet, it's what's known as an eroding bullet. And you watch as like you get blasted with a big thing of ooze, and you now have 2d6 persistent acid damage burning up the side of your face, Hal. And then, so your snagging strike lasts until what?
He moves out of my range.
Yeah, so I think he will do a full stride. Oh. Oh, he knows better because now you've already got an opportunity to attack him. He'll step back this way once to get out of your grasp, but he still can't quite get to the door. You've kind of outplayed him in that way. So I think he'll sort of sneer and load another glowing green bullet into his gun.
All right, so I'm going to do battle medicine on myself, also with assurance. So that would be 24 points.
Nice.
And then I am going to use 2 actions to give Wybert 3. And then Wybert is going to move and follow Drayla inside. Oh. He'd have to tumble through this, man.
Yeah, so his speed, what's his movement speed right now? Did he have an
40.
increased movement? Oh yeah, so it would just be 1 tumble through to get through.
Mm-hmm. So it's like my reflex or Wybert's athletics.
So it's Wybert is going to do an acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC.
Okay. Oh, it's high. It's a fucking rogue. Huzzah! I would like to use a hero point.
Yeah, I'll say 22 is not a success.
Mm-hmm.
It's a failure, so you can hero point that. Send in the chat, Juju, Wybert, Nimble, Robot, Ninja, Wybert, go.
Come on, Wybert. You did this before with the time doggy why-me.
Time doggy why me?
Oh, it's a 19.
Yeah, so 19 has to stay behind Refi, basically. So that's 1 action.
Can he attempt again? Because he has 3.
He can, yeah.
Okay.
There's a 20 on one of those.
Oh, look, you've got another hero point from chat.
Oh, thank
Wow, I wonder who gave it to you.
you. We'll try it again. All right, Wybert. Come on. You freaking robot.
It's your lucky number.
I'm going to change my dice.
22 is also not enough for Wybert, so he again is unable to get through.
Use that new hero point.
Yes, I will use a hero point on that one.
Double hero point. Bring it on. Wybert's going to get through one of these ways. Also, hello to the dwarf down under in chat who's saying, the Foundry looks super polished and fancy, doesn't it? Wow, another 9. So what?
9.
So Wybert, despite his best efforts using 2 of his 3 actions so far, has been unable to get through. Every time he tries to do this like nimble through, like Drayla is just like there to like stop his actions and block him from getting through. He's defending this doorway very well.
We have 1 more action. We have 1 more try.
You do.
I believe in you, Wybert, so bad. Here you go, my baby.
Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Wybert.
29?
Let's check. 29. Wybert tumbles through with his 3rd and final attempt.
And you might as well go all the way through.
Yeah, which he would. Move, bitch. All right. He's going to go all the way to Mugland. Right here on the chair. That's it for our turn.
Okie dokie. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is follow that robot. We're going to stride nebulously somewhere until I can't stride no more. I guess we'll stride to here. And then as a free action, I'm going to devise a stratagem on Mugland again. I am absolutely using a hero point.
That was going to be a 31.
So then, that's better. Okay, so then action the second is I'm going to interact to draw my Giselle in one hand, and then would a 32 hit him?
It absolutely does.
Nice. I think it's just like, I don't know what's in the room that I can ricochet this bullet off to do non-lethal. Wybert? Maybe?
Wybert.
Thanks, Wybert!
Knew it.
So then, making sure this is printing everything correctly.
Shooting
Giselle,
Sharkosa, he's shooting Wybert.
That's
Saruk has turned on us.
We thought it would be you, but it was me, Dio. 16 points of non-lethal.
16 points of damage.
That is my turn. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's right. That was.
And then you get to give someone.
I do. I get to give someone. What do I get to give? Oh, right. Hal, he's flat-footed to you. Do what you do best.
Speaking of Hal, it's your turn.
I'll
You are currently burning. The side of your face is burning with persistent damage of acid.
step forward. I will snagging strike this guy.
Go after.
Ooh, that's a miss.
He should be flat-footed. Is 26 also a miss?
So 26. It'd still be a 24, but his AC would be penalized by 2. So if that was the case, then yes, it is a hit.
Yes.
But he will slippery dodge to make it a
yeah.
miss again.
Boo.
Only do it once.
This is his reaction.
Halbert
was just given a hero point from I Watch Twitch.
Thanks. Can I use it on that attack?
Yeah.
You can use it, but it'll undo his reaction, cashing it in. It's this weird loop, right?
Yeah, because he wouldn't use it unless he's hit.
But if you want to re-roll it, we can do that. It'll just
It's a
possibly, we'll see
natural
if
20.
Reroll.
it's going to be a natural 20. Let's see. It's a natural 1. So, as a matter of fact, it does remove the need for him to do a slippery dodge. Instead, he gets to use a new reaction that you haven't seen yet called Exploit Blunder. And so as Hal comes in with a critical miss and leaves himself wide open, Mugland is able to capitalize on this. And Mugland is able to make a strike with you being flat-footed to him. And since he loaded last turn, he makes a dueling pistol strike.
Oh my goodness.
With the flat-footed condition, it's just enough for Mugland to get a critical strike back against Hal. I'll roll the critical damage here. 41 points of damage.
How's Hal?
Yeah, you already have persistent damage, so it's not gonna add more to it. Yeah, that's just it. You still just have the 2d6 persistent damage. You can't get double persistent damage. That was your second action, I think.
Mm-hmm. I will make a map attack.
Bring on the map attack.
Jesus.
Another miss.
Alrighty. Shall I roll my flat check?
If you end your turn, it should prompt automatically, I think. I haven't done this in a while, but let's see. You're gonna take 6 points of acid damage, and then you can roll that recovery check right there in chat. So it does not recover. So Hal is at 9 hit points. So low. I think sensing this opening, Drela will stride across the room to the backside of Hal. Target Hal with the short sword strike, which you are flat-footed. Not quite a natural 20, but it looked like it was going to be for a second. Just a hit. But you are going to take the sneak attack, so that's 19 points of damage. Hal goes down to dying 1 as his face continues to burn from the acid. Still has a third action.
Someone's sitting here trying to tell himself it's not okay to stab Hal while he's down.
Yeah, I mean, Hal definitely goes unconscious, right?
Yeah.
Drela can't really get the door open, so he's going to take his third action with the map attack onto Hal's downed body. It's a hit, but not a crit.
Thank God.
Barely a hit, as a matter of fact. So I believe that just increases your dying condition to dying 2. And that's Drela's turn. Reficul, you're watching in horror as Drela is like downing and stabbing Hal. Hal, you move initiative to before Drela at the top of the tracker now. Not triggering that damage. Don't worry about that.
Seeing this go on and seeing Mugland about to act, I yell out,
I can almost hear him now.
And I this time, seeing my friend go down, I make no hesitation. And I fire.
Gosh, here we go.
Is this where the story gives us a natural 1 or a natural 20? Because the story could go either way. Not quite a natural 20, but 19's pretty dang good. That's a hit, but not a crit.
That is 12 points of damage.
Mugland's looking pretty rough at this point.
Running reload.
Oh my god.
And then I'm going to use cover fire. He can either choose not to duck and I gain a bonus to my strike, or he can duck, gain AC, but then he is his range attacks get a negative penalty. Let me put that.
He will duck. He will definitely duck.
No.
Luckily for
I'm gonna use
you.
my hero point.
Oh, that's fine. I was gonna say, lucky for you, he's already used his reaction on critical misses. We just use that hero point.
Come on.
18. That's a hit.
Roll high.
Rawhide. That's close enough to the theme.
And that's all 3 actions.
Carcosa opens the door. Disappears up here to like sort of the headquarters, still like yelling to cover the exits. Mugland gets a chance here. He looks at you very deeply. His eyes go from you to the door and you. There is a sort of moment where you can see he's weighing his options, whether he's going to square up and attack you, and he chooses to make a go for it. So he steps this way, opens the door finally after all these rounds. Please up and out of your view for now.
Running again, you coward!
All right. So Anita's gonna move. Okay. When she's here, she sees that Hal is down, so she'll use one more action to do Searing Restoration. So one adjacent creature for 4d10.
Okay.
So that is from Wybert. 28 points of healing for Halbrand.
Not bad. Like, what does it look like? Does Wybert have like a little thing on him that just like puffs out smoke or what?
I imagine Wybert, because it's like it's electricity. So once Anita pushes like the button that's on the heel of her boot, like just a bunch of electrical stuff comes out of Wybert and then goes through Hal. Sorry guys, my brain is not working today.
Nope, that's cool. So Hal does heal 28 points of Searing Restoration damage. No longer dying, no longer unconscious.
Yeah, unfortunately, the persistent damage isn't like a bleed, right? Okay, yeah, because that would have given Hal like another thing. Okay, so I have one more action, so I'll give that one action to Wybert. And then Wybert is going to move to this feller right here. Wait. Oh.
Make sure to make that unstable check for.
All right. Let me do that one first. Just a flat D20.
Just a flat DC 17 check.
Yeah, Wybert's smoking.
Yep, Wybert's unstable now.
When does this guy go? Okay, after Hal. Okay, we're good. So Wybert is gonna run after Mugland. So he has 40 feet of movement and he has 2. So I don't know where Mugland went. All the way until like a door maybe. Actually, no, he'll just block his path right here.
So are you attempting to tumble through?
Yes, he will attempt to tumble through Mugland.
Really have problems here, Nina.
Ninja Wybert activate.
We gotta rebuild this robot to make him dex-based.
Oh no, it was almost a natural 20.
But that is not enough. That is a...
Okay, well then. So Wybert is gonna freaking hit him if he's not gonna move. Vibert smash.
Oh, Wyvern
God,
smash.
that's a natural 20.
Like the dog before him.
Well, it's only like, with the overdrive. Oh, that's not a crit. Hang on. And then with the overdrive plus, yeah.
This strike crushes Mugland as he's attempting to get out of range and make a dash to freedom. You basically hit Mugland and he falls at Wybert's feet, his head like bleeding and a pile of blood as he's now dying.
Refi, I have a feeling that Wybert killed him.
I think we all heard the loud mechanical noises followed by the sounds of someone collapsing in a hallway, but thank you, Anita.
Yes, it's there. I could feel it. That's it for my turn.
Okay, Jesus. I hate this fucking playmail. I suppose for my first trick, Saruk's going to try to get into the room. So this is one stride. As I'm running in, I look at the guy who was his guard. Your boss is done. Put your weapon down. I don't have any mechanically one action force him to surrender kind of things, but depending on how he reacts to that dictates where I go from here.
Let's call it an intimidate. Like it's basically essentially like a demoralize check with the implication of, give up or you're gonna die.
All right, just like that time I bullied Sharkosa. Let's make more bad choices. Okie dokie. Oh, I still have a silver tongue mutagen on. Fuck yeah. I am absolutely going to use a hero point. Please do better. Please give higher number than 5. Please, that's lower number than 5. Please, damn, 20.
Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, 20 is still a success.
Oh, nice.
So he technically becomes frightened 1 with also the sort of added implication of, give yourself up or bad things will happen.
I'm gonna presume he's going to do that, and if he doesn't, my friends will hurt him. And so third action is I'm gonna just run after. And that's my turn.
You wake up with a cloud of like Wybert mist bringing you back to consciousness, like smelling salts. You snap into consciousness. Your swords fall. Your Kopesh has fallen from your hand. You're lying there. You're still burning on your face, and you look up and you can see the man still like essentially standing over you with the sword.
But I was awake when Saruk said, "Throw down your stuff."
Yeah, you would have heard all of that in a foggy sort of sense as you're coming to your senses.
I think I'm going to try to get rid of this persistent.
You can essentially narrate like what you have to do to, if there's anything you have that can maybe help more than just trying to do like this, let me know.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
okay. I will do like, the sort of dog scratching the stuff off his face as you try to get the acid out of your fur. Give me a 2 action for a DC 15 flat check. I'm down for this.
Nice.
That's 15. So for 2 actions, you managed to remove the persistent damage off of you, and you're no longer burning. Like maybe it's just like get that like patch of fur out or something. I don't know, but it's no longer burning your face. No persistent damage.
Nice. And I will stand up for my third action and make a note of bringing up my claws.
Yeah, I mean, given that he could hear Mugland go down, the tide of battle has turned. He reluctantly, but with, self-preservation in mind, gives up, like tosses his weapon to the floor, puts his hands up and sort of like casually steps back and just takes a seat on the sofa, his legs crossed, and just kind of says, nothing personal, just business. We'll take a break here as the battle winds down. The danger for the outlaws have passed, but the danger for Mugland might just be starting. So let's go ahead and go to our break. While we're at break, take the time to support us here at Recall Knowledge. You can head on over to twitch.tv/Recall Knowledge to give us a follow. We'll also accept your subscriptions, including Amazon Prime if you happen to have them, to support the show, no cost to you. Also, check us out on youtube.com/Recall Knowledge. It's a great place to catch all of our past shows, get caught up on previous episodes, including Book 1, Book 2, and the prequels. Check us out everywhere, Recall Knowledge. Go check us out. We'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with some more Outlaws of Alkenstar. Don't go anywhere. We're going to close out this book with style, I promise.
Yes.
I hope. I don't know. It's up to the players what they do.
There's no
We're going to find out
swashbucklers in this
together.
party, but we have panache. God, I'm holding on to that. That's such a good phrase. Holy shit.
See you guys in just a minute. We are back, and it couldn't be a more dramatic moment. Wybert has critically hit and knocked Mugland to his dying, his body lying on the floors of the guild halls, currently a dying 2 condition as he was critically hit. We have Saruk sort of making his way down that hall between Mugland and Refi.
So as this guard, right, this turncoat says it's not it wasn't personal, it's just business. Refi runs forward. It's always been personal. And I'm gonna stride forward.
When he gets to here, Saruk blocks his passage. The shield comes up not to bash, but to like bar. Where is your head at right now?
I'm tumbling through.
All right, we're using actions, not words, to solve our problems. Reficul, please give me an acrobatics check against Saruk's reflex DC, which I don't know. What is Saruk's reflex DC? 21. Oh, you got a straight 21 everything. Okay. We're looking for a 21. Reficul gets a hero point from Twitch chat.
Of course he does.
29. Not a critical success, but it's enough to get through Saruk.
5, 10, 15.
But you can get there with 10 with one diagonal, right?
All right, 10.
20. Yeah, it counts as difficult terrain when you're tumbling through someone.
Before Refi turns the corner, when it's obvious I can't stop him, do better. Be better. I know you. Be who you can be.
Running reload. And I'm assuming Wybert's not going to block my path.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
And
he's mindless.
Can we say that, am I allowed to step over Mugland?
Yeah, he's an unconscious person. He's not taking up the space. You can go through unconscious people.
Running reload. Pistol out.
I would say looking down at Mugland, his face, open wounds, right? Even more so than before. His hair, you can see from this angle, this like platinum bleached blonde hair with the roots, dark. Unlike the regal father figure that he presented himself as, like somebody that was over you your whole life. You're literally standing over him and he looks pathetic.
And again, my childhood flashes before me. The training, the beatings. But again, also some of the good times. The gift, the pistol he gave me. You look and zoom in and you see on Reficul's face, still not quite healed, you see holes where piercings used to be. You see Mugland congratulating him after each successful duel with a gift of gold. A new piercing, a new ring. Higher status. And then the party at the fingers. The duel. And Mugland's voice. Cheersing. Choosing money over his son. And that was the last thing I heard before I drifted to unconsciousness, falling from the fingers.
Yes, Rick is going to just immediately behind. I also will try to skadooch past Wyvern over the well, actually, honestly, I think I'm going to... In that case, I'm just going to move on top of Mugland and try to stabilize him. I'm going to position myself in such a way that the bullet has to go through me to get to Mugland. I know. Well, I don't. I empathize. Not like this.
Like what then? What lesson? You think he's gonna go to jail? You think he's gonna have a trial? You think there'll be justice in Alkenstar?
No. There is no... This whole time, I'm like, outcome things to stop him from bleeding. There is comically little justice in your city, and I am so sorry for that. This is about you. This is about the person you become if the cycle of violence perpetuates itself. He's lost. He knows it. His associates have abandoned him. He has whatever sense of honor he had is in shreds on the ground.
Person I'll become.
Violence begets violence, begets violence, begets violence, and it's an endless, constant cycle unless you take hard... There's just like a stop stammer. My sister is a tiefling. My family, entirely too many orcs where I come from. Demonic influence is incredibly common. The amount of ruins, and I'm rambling. The point is, I'm very familiar with people who are mad, people who are angry, people who have a little voice in the back of their head that says violence, that says cause harm, that says rip and tear and rip and eat and repeat. My sister is a lore speaker of the Magambia, one of the most prestigious schools on the face of this planet. You know how she got there? She got there by not following the cycle. That maybe not her father, but whatever got into her bloodline that made her feel that way, didn't follow it, became somebody entirely different, entirely respectable. You can too. Please just make a good choice.
Moment draws out, and the camera just shows Reficul, gun still raised.
I don't know how easy it is to stop bleeding while staring pleading at someone, but I'm doing that.
So I guess Reficul, the first question is, as Saruk begins to administer first aid before he gets a chance to make his check, is Reficul at least pausing, or is Reficul taking the shot right now?
Don't make me make a request. I'll do it.
Refi.
But I think if it's come down to that moment, I think I'm gonna roll
Refi.
a will save.
What is Anita's words calling to him from down the hall say? Does it alter this roll with a bonus or a penalty?
It's up to Reficul.
What is Anita saying?
I know that he was an asshole. He wasn't very good to you. You and I, we didn't grow up. We didn't have the luxury of being surrounded by other examples other than violence. Before all of this, I would say go ahead and shoot him. Knowing you the way that I do know you now, I don't think that's gonna be enough for you. Him dying isn't gonna change the fact that he hurt you. So maybe making him live and seeing how much of a rat he's become would help heal all the hurt that he did. There's not much I could say. You and I were both not very emotionally intelligent. However, logically, I think that if you kill him now, it's not going to give you a lot of reprieve. It's still your choice, but I hope you don't.
I mean, it's up to Refi if this is going to come down to a will save based on the words that your friends have said to you, what they've pleaded with you. You can give yourself a circumstance penalty or bonus to this roll as you feel is most narratively appropriate.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you then. I'll give the audience also a little bit of insight into Reficul. Reficul's alignment is lawful evil, but he has a code. Very short list on that of codes, but lately the code has been look out for your friends and follow your friends. They're better than you. But the code before that, the code he's learned even before Mugland picked him up as an urchin from the street, when he was ridiculed in the orphanage and sent off to work in the factories as a small child. Who was that in this world, in the world of Alkenstar? The code you live by is an eye for an eye. So, this is a will save to try to pretty much go against my very nature. I'll let you set the DC.
Very interesting. So, standard DC by level dictates that the save is a 23, I believe. Double checking that. 23 is the standard DC at this level. I feel like conflicting things here. Given what you said, I think the DC for this I would make 24. Sorry. Yeah, 24. So one harder than usual. But on the other side of that, you said the code comes down to your following your friends because they are better than you. Every single one of your friends here are telling you not to do this. So I would say make it a DC 23. Sorry. Let's make it a DC 24 will save with the +2 circumstance bonus from follow your friends.
All right.
Follow your friend's bonus.
I have to roll a 10 or higher.
What does the dice say?
Damn it, Nina.
That's a will save. It's exactly enough to steady your hand.
Richard, you absolute drama queen. God damn it.
You see Reficul, eyes hard as they've ever been. His hands trembling for a moment and then steady. Instead of his childhood and the trauma reliving over and over again, and him falling from the fingers being lived over and over again, new memories start to push in, start to take over. Kojak and Annie taking care of a broken and nearly dead Reficul. Hal and his dog, always ready with a shot and a cigarette. Fights with Saruk. But then Saruk coming in without question and having Refi's back. And all of his friends having his back. And I'll unclick the hammer and lower the pistol. Found a real family now.
And I have found the bravest man in Alkenstar.
Saruk. Mugland is still dying in your arms. We've averted one crisis, but I need you to make a DC 17 medicine check to stabilize Mugland.
17. Okay.
Watch him die after all this.
Right. Enough.
20 is enough to stabilize him, so you can feel him slipping away, but you're able to bring him to stabilizing, and he is not in danger of currently dying. He is stable, unconscious in your arms.
I'm gonna just like fireman carry him out of the building. Sharkosa, do what you want with this subordinate. I assume she's somewhere in earshot.
Sure, she shows up at that moment and hears, with like a rallying crew behind her, and hears you say that.
Some fucking big nap.
There's actually an active trap not far from where you are, but it's not a good narrative beat for that, so I will go ahead and ignore that.
Of course there is.
You just see a Refi's death screams as he walks away.
I did it. I'm taking the steps to become a better.
So yeah, you are able to sort of carry Mugland up from the depths of the Gilded Hall. This whole time this has been going on, like, Hal, you've been sort of absent from the middle of this scene. You were closer to death than almost anyone rather than Mugland. What's Hal's doing in the back of in the other room as this is unfolding? Anything?
He's just watching over this person, just waiting. And I think when he sees Saruk or Anita or Saruk will probably walk back with Mugland first, and then as Reficul walks out, he'll glance at Mugland, and then he'll glance back at Reficul, and he'll take another glance at Mugland, and then look at Reficul and too bad. And I'll offer him a cigarette.
I'll take it. Just nod towards Hal.
Undefined.
Yeah.
That young lady. What's her name? What's she sound like?
I can almost hear her in my head.
Why is she asking for a baguette?
Wee. That's how she goes.
Why is she going to the bathroom?
Excuse me.
What the fuck?
I do think though, as you know, Saruk's fireman carrying away Mugland, and then Hal kind of rushes up and shares the cigarette with Reficul. Anita, you're like the last one kind of coming down the hall, I think, and you look to where like Mugland's unconscious body was, and when he fell, his his really nice, super inlaid pistol is like lying there on the ground, still like
That
blood
was
on.
the plan all along.
Oh, was it? Okay, well, you look down and see his pistol. What would Anita like to do?
She grabs it, wraps it in one of her cloths, and then makes a mental note to offer it to Refi. Maybe later. Sorry. Cockney.
I feel like Annie would be like, oh, I'm gonna help Saruk with stabilizing. Really, she's just like Phil's just like picking his pockets.
Oh, look at all these bullets.
Look at all this money he had to pay his fucking debt. What a piece of shit. Oh, who knows where that money went?
I mean, if Reficul couldn't kill him, she might as well just steal from him.
So I'll add the striking pistol to your inventory. I'll also add he's got 3 more of those acid bullets on him that you are able to recover.
Nice.
I think there's a narrative shot where like we're back outside in Alkenstar. It's like late. The storm has kicked up, so like it's coming down heavy outside. The streets are running really thick with like the grime, the first good rain in a while, washing that like smog covered grime from the faces of all the buildings. The cobblestone streets out here are sort of thick with the dust being washed away as you guys emerge from below the blacksmith out into the streets of Alkenstar. You've done what you set out to do. You've at least retrieved Mugland. What do you do now?
So Saruk is going to, when we when we get back to the street level, I'm gonna manifest Kijak, pull down the helmet, look as Majagwan champion as can possibly do, and in broad daylight down the busiest thoroughfare of Alkenstar, carry Mugland over my shoulder. We should probably go to the barrel and bullet. Phoebe will shit herself.
Oi, Riffy. As Saruk is parading Mugland, I'll kind of stand right next to Refi real quick, elbow him until I get his attention.
Takes at least more than one elbow as he's kind of staring off into nothing.
Elbows him until she gets his attention.
Right, what?
Alright, so, I have a gift, or just an offering. And then she pulls out the pistol. Does it look familiar to you? I mean, I'm assuming so. It also came with 3 acid bullets. Now, I have thoughts on what to do with it, but I want to see what you want to do with it first.
You want to take acid right now?
No, maybe later. I'll tell you. But with a pistol though, what do you want to do with it?
Just messing with you, Annie. I put the bullets. I'll put the bullets in my little bullet holders on my belt.
Even handling them with bare skin will hurt you, so you got to make sure to keep it gloved. You know what I mean?
I think in this moment, I welcome the pain, and
fair enough. Got some emo music blaring in the.
Got my wrist and black my eyes.
Exactly.
Never imagined this moment without Mugland dead.
How does that feel?
Be honest, right now, more confusing than anything.
I could understand that. We always want vindication out of the people that harmed us. But I really do believe that there's not a lot of reprieve once you end someone's life. I think that it's more satisfying seeing them suffer a little bit. It's through their suffering, pieces, broken pieces of ourselves heal, because in their suffering there's a bit of penance in it. I don't know.
Never felt that. Never felt anything really. Just the way it had to be.
Well, not everything is very black and white. That's what I learned recently, of course. It kind of makes life a little bit fun to see that it's very multicolored, and it's not just the 2. Variances are welcomed right now, and maybe this variance you could embrace.
Maybe.
Then again, your feelings are your feelings. Earlier when I saw you stand over him, I just wanted, though admittedly there was a part of me that just wanted to say, yeah, go ahead and shoot him. Especially after what he did to you.
The only feeling I've ever known is anger. I don't have that. What am I supposed to do now?
I disagree. I don't think it's just anger. Because when you're just an angry person, you wouldn't really be protective over your friends. So I guess there's love in there too. I heard that there's different types of love. There's the love that, Kojak has for me, which is I'm not going to explain it, but it's not just anger that's running through that, Refi. There's some kindness in there, some generosity, some patience. If you want patient, then you could have just shot at Saruk the first time he disagreed with you. But you didn't.
I was tempted.
I know, But
Still am a bit.
but your patience comes in, so it's not really just anger. You're just more familiar with the anger because that's what you were surrounded with.
I would have said you're crazy before tonight, but now, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Should I apologize to Hal for killing his roommate?
I think so.
What about Shoma?
What?
Oh, yeah, I killed Shoma.
What? Wait, Rafi, you're saying this out loud. You know Zarok is out there. What the fuck did you do? I thought he left.
I killed you. I killed him.
Oh my god. I don't know how you could apologize to Shoma because he's fucking dead.
True.
But yes, what I was planning with a pistol earlier is that we could go to the junkyard. Remember where that acid was? We could just throw it in there and then, let the past be past, start anew. Welcome all these feelings.
Take a look at it. Is it a +1?
It's a +1 striking dueling pistol. Yep.
Would I be able to disassemble it enough to be able to take out the rune right now?
It's a little more involved than doing it on a walk across Alkenstar on a walk and talk, but it's possible too with a beat and some downtime.
The crafter raises her hand.
I'll just say, could you just that bit of magic we put in our weapons? Just try to take that out for a moment.
All right. No problem, it's done.
I'll look at the pistol again. It's not even worth the junkyard. And just very similar to a scene early on, almost mimicking Hal in the exact same motions in the rain. I'm just gonna chuck the dueling pistol into the night, into a trash pile somewhere.
There's like the clang as it bounces around some like trash barrels, the weapon discarded, and here like you kind of like do that, and as you're watching it sail, your eyes drift up just momentarily, and through the thick fog, the rain has somehow parted the fog enough. As you look up, Refi, there is just the smallest patch of clear sky and the stars visible above.
Hal's in the back and he's walking, and he'll look at the back of Refi and Annie talking, and I guess Wybert's probably walking next to him, and he has a flashback, and what you see is a blue-haired person in a dim tavern somewhere talking to somebody at a table, and there's an envelope that gets slid across and it disappears. Then Hal take flashback to current times, and Hal takes a big drag on a cigarette and flicks it into the water that's draining on the side of the road, and he'll glance back up at Reficul and reach under his blanket and pull out the envelope and open it up, and you see a picture of Reficul with the words "wanted" on the top of it, and he'll glance again at it and then let Reficul, and then he'll crumple it up and throw it in that water and let it drift away and light up a new cigarette and continue forward.
Yeah, I think when we get to Smoke's side is what the poor part of town is called. Brain. Heck, I want to... The goal here is like... I see. So in that case, I want to take a little bit longer and go like throughout Smoke. So not far, not hours in, but long enough that like the hoi polloi of Alkenstar, the people who are downtrodden by people just like this dude who I'm carrying on my shoulder can see his current predicament. I think if like that apartment from way back, Aldo's place, is anywhere near close by, walk out in front of there, not trying to be showboaty, but just like justice for the people has been done. Let the people see it and have a night of revelry.
And I think with the bad weather out and about, there's not as many people as you might expect, but the good news is there's no shield marshals in sight. There's no one here that is gonna like stop you or try to put the law into their own hands, you parade him. People like looking out their windows, looking at what you've done, and Mugland's a known persona amongst these people. So it has, that intended effect of showing that he's taken down.
And then from there, just to the B&B.
We're at a pretty good place to close the chapter on this book, I think. Yeah, I think this is where we close the book on this chapter and save the aftermath and setup of what happens after you take down Mugland for the beginning of our next session and the beginning of book 3. Because, guys, we've made it to the end. We close the book on the Cradle of Quartz and the end of book 2 of Outlaws of Alkenstar. We did it! We made it! Congratulations, you guys, on surviving with lots of odds stacked against you.
Never tell me the odds.
That I went so good on tonight. Yeah, that's probably going to do it for book 2. Whew. I didn't know what was going to happen in that last part. I mean, I guess even you didn't, Richard. You had to roll a will save.
I thought I would know when the moment came, and I still
It's hard.
didn't. So I let fate decide.
And you got to keep your character about it. I'm so happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so did I.
It went pretty good, and we got a lot of like good character beats and moments, and moving past. Mugland's been a central trauma for many of these characters, but it allows us to shift our focus next to the real danger, the real person pulling the strings behind the scenes. Angelique Lovelace.
Insert
Angie.
French laugh.
Mwahaha. With a croissant. Oh, croissant.
I can't wait for this campaign to be done and us to never hear that French accent ever again, because I'm sure it'll never come up at any point ever.
Sure.
Just to give you guys a sense of where we're at, as we finish this book, we're gonna be starting book 3, but we are internally trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do. Suffice to say, it'll be an abbreviated playthrough of the whole thing, and we're gonna take at least a week or 2 to probably figure out what that next step and when it's gonna start up again, because we gotta do a lot of behind the scenes stuff to get the stuff ready. So we'll announce it in our Discord, on our Patreon, when it's coming. So stay tuned. But guys, thanks so much for the amazing work and characters going through the Cradle of Quartz. We did it, and we survived. Gonna do it for us this week in Alkenstar. Again, biggest heartfelt thanks to Ninna, Richard, Tommy, Rick, everyone. Anyhow, it's been a fun session. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our patrons who support us on Patreon. Yeah, let's not forget to get all the patrons out. Probably should have double checked to make sure I updated the Patreon list, but here we go. Everyone that's supporting us, we appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with us through this crushing point in our lives. But huge shout out to all the patrons. Give us a look at patreon.com/recall knowledge. You can get behind the scenes look at some of the upcoming episodes, map packs before they go to YouTube, and just the support of knowing you're helping us make this happen. Thank you so much to David Sims, Sandra Wagner, Jason Irvin, Sam Skaggs, Jay, Ellie Boyle, Paul G, Anish Herman, J. Michael Spencer, David Morrison, Percy's13, Jerome Rochetti, Matthew Bordeaux, Philip Kuhn, and John Kahi. Whew, that's getting long. I can't even do it in one breath anymore. And you know what? Honestly, there might be another name that I missed. So if I missed it, I'm so sorry. I will 100% get you the next time we come around. That list is getting so long. Big thanks to Molten Hosting, providing our server hosting, making it so easy to use that referral code. Recall Knowledge.
It's one word.
One word.
Check them out at moltenhosting.com. Get that first month for free using our referral code. Tommy, what you got going on in these days?
So I want to say first, when you said map packs, my head heard Matt Pat, and it was really hard to not shout Game Theory in the middle of the spiel. But for everybody who doesn't know, hi, my name is Tommy. I do things on the internet under this handle, Black Dragon Gaming. I haven't done a lot on YouTube in the past couple of weeks, because it turns out when you're trying to turn your portfolio into something that's really nice and really professional to put on Infinite and to start padding out to like freelance for people, that takes a lot of work and a lot of spoons. And I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of artists. And really what we're doing is we're playing everyone's favorite game here at BDG, Spend the Money. But you can follow the link that's in Twitch for my YouTube channel, which has entirely too much over several years Pathfinder First Edition, Second Edition, Starfinder content. My Discord is in there where you can come watch me shitpost about Tears of the Kingdom lately, frankly. My Patreon gets you access to Google Sheets with a bunch of builds for anybody who's in that wide line of, there's this game we hate. Maybe we should try this new game because it isn't full of corrupt businesses making horrible choices and blatant abuse of power, and a bunch of other cool rewards as well. I run entirely too many games on the internet, and I have entirely too many open seats, and power of Patreon. You too can have a bunch of trauma with your friends and definitely not have really, really heart in your throat moments where it's like, I'm going to have to shoot this man. I don't want to shoot this man. I want to say while I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I will ever run Outlaws of Alkenstar. There's a non-zero chance as a function of what I do that people will be like, hey, Outlaws of Alkenstar. Steve, I don't know if you have these scripts written down for every time you're like, before the session starts, and here's Shoma's motivation. What a sad, sad boy. Oh, no. But I would like them, because they are very good, and I would like to give them to people when I narrate them.
Absolutely. I will 100% make sure you get those. And if you're at home and you want those same scripts, hit us up on Discord, hit me up on Patreon and say, hey, give me your stuff, and I'll do it. We still get people asking for scripts that we wrote back in Abomination Vaults.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, so absolutely, I will make sure you get those. And go have Tommy run Outlaws of Alkenstar for you. He'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll have all of this, and I'll see. Here's the stuff from Outlaws of Alkenstar that, spoiler alert, I'm probably going to take that fucking time dog out of it, because it's just a non sequitur that kills everyone, but...
No, everyone must pet the peril pup.
God damn it, Richard. You're fixing your character. Stop being devil's advocate every time.
Oh, no, Steve. You are now contractually obligated to come in and voice Loveless and Mugland for every run-through of Alkenstar.
You got to talk to the folks at the Last podcast when they do the trailer for Outlaws of Alkenstar, if they haven't already. They probably have. Just go back and... Angelique Lovelace! Yeah.
That'll be like a sort of like a stretch goal. Is there like such a thing as an anti-stretch goal? Like, Donator Steve does the voice in the Abomination in the Outlaws of Alkenstar video game adaptation.
Get Recall Knowledge to a negative Patreon. Make them owe the world money for their crimes.
We don't know exactly when we're going to be back for the next episode, but keep your eye tuned. Until we see you next time, make sure everyone out there, you stay safe and you stay healthy. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming on this journey with us so far.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, you guys are going to level up for sure.
Yeah.
At this point, you would definitely level up for finishing the book. Yeah, so... Thanks for playing us out, Rick. Catch you guys on the smoke side of Alkenstar.
Catch you on the smoke side.